Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick.
And my name is Chris, and Nick, what have we got in store today?
Today we are taking another look at XRP. This time we've got Brad actually coming out and saying that he warns public companies against holding a Bitcoin, which obviously plays to my strengths because I'm not a big Bitcoin fan. Not because I don't like the asset, but just because, you know, some of the fundamentals, etc. So it's going to be a really positive one for me, and maybe not so much for you because I know you're not too, you're pretty keen on Bitcoin. You know, it's not like you don't like it. So an interesting one nonetheless. We'll also have a look at the XRP price and the chart, and we'll do a bit of that as well. So as always, if you find this video really informative, and you know you're a big XRP fan or even a Bitcoin fan, then go ahead and do Chris a favor and smash up that like button. He really appreciates it, with those two thumbs there. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe and you'll be kept up to date with all of the live streams and videos that we do here on the Cheeky Crypto channel. Right, Chris, shall we go ahead and jump over to the markets, just see what's been going on for the last 24 hours for Bitcoin, for Bitcoin and XRP, and then go ahead and see what Brad is up to.
Yeah, I think just before we do, don't forget to comment below and let us know whether you're really, into XRP or even Bitcoin. Do let us know. We're interested.
Yeah, drop those down in the comment section, and Chris does strive to respond to each and every one of them. So you can do two favors for him there. You can make sure he has a job tomorrow by commenting and replying back to you guys, but also smash that like button. He really appreciates that as well. Right, I'm going to hop on over, Chris, and we're going to have a look and see what's going on here. So the market cap for for all cryptos, not just XRP, but all cryptos, is at 443 billion here. So Bitcoin is slightly down in the last 24 hours here at 0.43, and XRP is up at 2%. Okay, so if we go ahead and click into XRP, we can see it's trading at 25.59 cents per token here, with a circulating supply of 45 billion. And we can obviously see that what is the 1 hour, the 24 hour, the 7 day, and the 30 days. So for the last 30 days, XRP is trading up of 0.6. 7 days, it's 8%, and the last 24 hours is the 2% we spoke about earlier. So let's have a look at the XRP chart here, Chris. I'm just going to pull that into the center a little bit. This is something that we look at just to make sure, you know, everything that is happening isn't too alarming. Not that we are traders, we don't really recommend trading, and also, you know, anything that we say here on this channel anyway, we're not financial advisors. It's just our opinion, and obviously what we see inside these data sets and charts, etc. So from here we can obviously see the all-time high here, and we have the fib retracement on, and we can zoom in and we can see that we are trading quite nicely here, just below the 50% level. Now this is a level that's been tested multiple times, and again, Chris, we have tested it again today. So you know, it's been consistently tested, but we have failed to close above it. Okay, so we've had spikes on those candles going above that 50% retracement level, but unable to actually sustain being that high, and they've just closed below. But this is quite a positive outlook as well. It just means that we're consistently testing, and as always, one of those tests will close above that 50% and then set a new trend upwards. And as always with XRP, as we move closer and closer towards December here, I just imagine us kind of like trading a bit like sideways, maybe even getting above this level as we enter into December. And then I imagine that we're going to see this like huge line just go straight up like a rocket, not necessarily all the way to the moon, but it will go up quite significantly just before we actually get the snapshot taken for the spark tokens, where it will automatically kind of come back down to reality. I would have thought pretty much within a very short space of time, maybe 1 day, maybe two, at the absolute most, I would have thought. So that's kind of the chart there from what I'm seeing. You know, I'm very bullish in thinking that we're going to see an upward trend here, potentially to the all-time high, if it's that much FOMO going on for the spark token. And almost an immediate retrace, Chris, on that one. And let me know if you disagree with that in any way, shape or form. But my opinion on XRP is that people will want to capitalize in on Spark by getting a free crypto asset.
Yeah, no, we're both well aligned on this one, Nick.
Perfect. Right, let's go ahead and see what Brad is on about here. This is very interesting. I do like this one, I have to say. So Ripple CEO cautions public companies against holding Bitcoin. So good old Brad. So Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse once again took a shot at payments behemoth Square for investing 1% of its treasury reserves into Bitcoin in a November 9 tweet. Now, the thing with this is you've seen a lot of a big kind of public companies taking their treasury fund and dumping it into Bitcoin, and that's kind of like, you know, pushing the value of Bitcoin up quite nicely, right? But in doing that, you know, they're not actually using, you know, cash reserves that they're using in their business. This is just a treasury fund. They don't generally mind so much whether that fund is, you know, going down 10% or up 10%. You know, they're just using it as basically a place to store it, because the fiat currency they're all well aware of is being printed like nobody's business. So storing it in something like gold, silver, platinum, whatever precious metals, or something like Bitcoin is usually a pretty good idea. So I'm curious to see what Brad is talking about here. So the executive says that public companies that choose to hold the world's largest cryptocurrency may want to pay attention to climate change related regulations. And okay, so this is the angle. Yeah, which is actually a very fair point. You know, there are things going on with climate change, etc. Bitcoin being a very expensive token to actually mine. You know, it all depends on what kind of renewable energies, etc., can be utilized in Bitcoin's mining processes. But I know you've got some thoughts on that, so we'll come back to that in a moment, won't we, Chris?
Yeah, definitely.
So mitigating climate risks, corporate adoption is undoubtedly one of the biggest 2020 trends in the crypto industry, with MicroStrategy and Jack Dorsey's Square making trailblazing moves. After calling MicroStrategy's bet bold and brilliant in early September, Garlinghouse has now adopted a more critical stance towards companies that hold Bitcoin. His most recent tweet refers to the New York Times article that lays out how President-elect Joe Biden is going to tackle environmental issues with his executive orders. On the first day of the White House, Biden would sign an executive order that would make public companies disclose climate risks. And so, as reported by You Today, the Ripple boss also applauded New York State Department of Financial Services, the NYDFS, for becoming America's first financial regulator to issue climate guidelines for state-regulated companies, including crypto businesses. And so this is actually a really interesting one, because we were having this discussion on the live chat, weren't we, as to which president might be more beneficial towards the crypto space, and you know, and what potentially, you know, we were talking more specifically around VeChain at that point, but you know, it does also relate into you know, these green issues as well. So, Chris, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so there is an uptake in trying to use Bitcoin mining using greener energy sources. So you know, that's become a real big thing, and I kind of feel like, you know, most of the mandates are like 2050, right? Like across, like particularly Europe. I don't know much about the US, so it might be different over there. But you know, when you consider that, they're mitigating the risk, you know, of the issues around the regulations, around like the, you know, making it a bit more environmentally friendly by, you know, wind farming, and you know, using I don't know what they call it, in, you know, in the ocean and stuff like that. They can generate energy, and solar panels and stuff like that. So they're mitigating the risk, because obviously you have to give a certain amount of time in order for a company, or I don't know, a city, whatever it might be, to make those changes. It has to be a reasonable time to make those adjustments, and you know, I think that's kind of the way they will get around it. That, and or move into a country that, you know, is more accommodating, should we say.
Yeah, no, I think you're right there. There's one thing that's for certain. There will be regulations that will come out or kind of enforce these, you know, greener policies. You know, and already kind of like, you know, you have Ripple relatively green already, but things like Bitcoin are a problem. And as we were discussing earlier, it might just be that some countries are stricter regulation wise than others, and these farming companies, specifically in China, whether they have a green policy over there or not, it just might become more of an issue. That's actually, you might be able to own Bitcoin, but you're not allowed to mine it, or they might just ban Bitcoin in certain. Who knows what that future holds? But one thing is for certain, we as a whole global entity need to get better about how we proceed with mining and using energy and becoming more efficient with everything that we do anyway. So one to watch out for. But I did find it interesting that he was having a pop again at Bitcoin and that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a no-brainer, really, in the sense of trying to move your money out of just dead treasury fiat, which is going to be deflationary over time anyway. So hopefully, guys, you found this useful, informative, and as always, if you want to smash up that button, the like button for Chris, he would really appreciate it. And as always, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, and in doing so, you'll be kept up to date with all of the live streams and videos that we do here on Cheeky Crypto. And with that said, we hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Super. Take care, everyone.